Hi everyone, I am going to try and talk you through the first example from yesterday's standard deviation lessons. I know some of you have tried to follow the slides and found that a wee bit tricky, so I think maybe hopefully hearing an explanation from me will help your understanding. The question is asking us to find the standard deviation of these five numbers. So we are going to try and fill in this table. The table's on the first slide and it has a few headings, so I'll just talk you through the headings. So X, this X here, is just that represents all of the numbers in our list. And so all we're going to do in this first column is we're going to put down those numbers. So we've got 4, we've got 5, we've got 7, we've got 8, and we've got 11. They are in numerical order in this question, but they don't have to be. So you just write them down in the order that you are given them. Something that's helpful to do now is to find the total of these numbers, so just adding these five numbers together. Okay, and there's some new notation that goes along with this. The new notation is that we can write that down as what we call the sum of, so this is just a symbol that means added up, the sum of all the numbers in the X column. Okay, the sum of all the numbers in the X column. So we're going to work out what that is. So we've got 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 7 is 16, plus 8 is 24, plus 11 is 35. There's now one key piece of information that we're going to work out. I'm going to work out in this top corner just because I've got a little bit of space. We're going to work out what is the mean of all those numbers, so the average of these five numbers. And the way that we do the mean is we add them all up and we divide by how many there is. Now we've got some new notation for that. Okay, this is them added all up. How many numbers are there? There are 5. So we call the amount of numbers n is 5, and the sum of x we can see down here is 35. So to find the mean, or what we call x bar, that's equal to that 35, the total of all the numbers, divided by how many numbers there is. So the average of those 5 numbers is 7. Okay, we're now going to use this mean to fill in this second column. This second column's got a new heading. It's x minus x bar. Yeah, or the x values minus the mean, which we now know is 7. So all we're going to do to get the values in this column is we're going to take the mean away from each one. So what's the mean? 7. So we're going to do 4 minus 7, which gives me -3. We're going to do 5 minus the mean, or 5 minus 7, which is -2. We're going to do 7 minus 7, which is 0. We're going to do 8 minus 7, which is 1. And we're going to do 11 minus 7, which is 4. So that's where those middle column values come from. We take the first lot of values and we subtract our mean away from each one. Now we've got the last column to do. It's x minus x bar all squared, which is essentially just all the numbers in this column squared. How do you square a number? Multiply it by itself. So I'm going to take each of these numbers in turn, I'm going to multiply it by itself. Now remember, particularly with negatives, a negative times by itself or by another negative is a positive. So -3 times -3 is +9. -2 times -2 is 4. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. And 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, and the only thing we really need from this whole table is this value down at the bottom. Okay, and all we do to do that is we do a sum of again. So we're going to find the sum, i.e. add them all up, of x minus x bar all squared. Yeah, that's just the name of that column. We can see at the top, we're going to add up all the numbers in this column. So 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 0 is still 13, plus 1 is 14, and plus 16 gives me a value of 30.